Biggest thing I'm looking forward to in Tekken 8 is the amount of new players that are going to be playing Tekken 8. The player pool is going to be so much bigger than Tekken 7. It's going to be so good when you're not waiting for like 10 minutes to find a matchup sometimes. First to 3, there are 2 sides to that. Hopefully it's like you have to do a first to 2. Hopefully you have to do a first to 2. And then if you quit during the first match, then you get a penalty. Because otherwise people are just going to do one and dones like all the time. It doesn't like eradicate that problem at all. We got another law. That's crazy. I hope they add friendly rematch for ranked like an MK. Like they did. I think they already did that. Didn't they in the last beta? Or am I misremembering? Oh. Oh, I love that shit in Tekken 7. Why is that not in Tekken 8 as well? Yeah, how far away is Tekken 8? Like 15 days away, man. So excited for counter hit throws in Tekken 8. So, okay. I think counter hit throws could be a problem. And heat could be a problem. I know they're one of the 2 main things that I got introduced into Tekken 8 as like new features. I think they're great on paper. I think they're great. But there are just a couple of things with those that I'm a bit worried about. Really, I think it would fix all my worries if they didn't track. So if, you know, like heat engagers, like a raw heat engager. Not like a heat dash move or like a move that does a heat engager. Like a heat engager where you press R2 and he does the fucking, that little animation and then they smash. That is literally homing. And it hits so quickly that you can literally be like in the middle of a sidestep animation and someone triggers it and you will get hit by it. Like you will actually take damage, not chip damage, like true damage. Like in the sidestep animation. That's how quick that that move is when someone does like a raw heat engager. So actually 2 things with the heat. Remove the tracking and make it slower. Make it slower. Also make it the power crush like it is in Tekken 7, because at the moment the power crush in Tekken 8 is so like the rage art power crush and the heat power crush are they've got too much hyper armor. Is that the right way of describing it? Like, you know, in Tekken 7, if someone, like let's say Lord is a rage art, right? And you're doing like a jab string, you're like, let's say, right, this is a good example. Lord's doing his rage up, and you're Brian, and you just did down forward 1-1-1-1, right? In Tekken 7, you'd get all of those ones in before the rage up actually comes through, so you still have a chance to kill if they have like a tiny bit of health. I think that's much better than the way it is in Tekken 8, where I literally did this example with Brian. I would only get one. I'd only get one out of his down forward ones. Only one of those would actually hit, and then the rage art would go through. It goes through so quickly. So I hope they change that. And also tracking on the heat engager, I think, like, it's crazy, right? Because, well, it's not crazy, it's just interesting that they buffed sidestep so much, but then the heat engagers track. They're basically homing. I mean, they're homing. The heat engagers are homing, so almost renders sidesteps pretty useless in a match, because people use heat so much. It's such a good thing to use. You know, the only time you're really sidestepping it is when there's no threat of heat. I mean, that's not completely true. You can step, you know, if you get hit by one thing while sidestepping, like the heat engager thing, it's not the end of the world. But at the end of the matches, it's quite cheesy. It's kind of cheese if someone's not used their heat yet. So the other player's like on basically 0 health. They're trying to, like, you know, shimmy away and outmaneuver their opponent to try and make a comeback. They do a sidestep, and the sidestep ends up killing them because the opponent that has lots of health and heat, hasn't used their heat yet, suddenly triggers the raw heat engager and clips them and kills them. Just because of a sidestep. Even if they sidestep block, it will still catch them. I think that if he removed the tracking, it would make for a better, like, mind game in the gameplay. It wouldn't render heat useless either. Heat would still be very good. Like, there's still lots of utility for heat. I just hope they change that. And count hit throws also track like mad. Either keep count hit throws tracking like mad. Oh, sorry, throws in general. Keep throws tracking like mad, and then remove the tracking on heat. Or vice versa, like at least do make one of those not track. Otherwise, it just means that like the heat game and the counter and the throw game are just, they almost supersede all other gameplay. They're so strong. And not to mention that throws are strong enough as it is with counter hit throws and punish throws, right? So well, we'll see what happens anyway. That's what, like, they're the two worries that I have for Tekken 8, but I think that they're on it really. I think they'll observe, especially in the esports scene, like how it goes there, and we might get like a patch in the first season because it's all new. Like you can't blame them for if they make like a tiny mistake in the gameplay. I mean, it makes a big difference, but you can't, you know, they're new things that I'm all for new things in the game. So I'm super excited. I just hope that they tune those.